Hey guys, welcome to Watchdog Central, and today we're going to be talking about the UK's version of the X Factor. Is it rigged or isn't it? Now, these are just my personal opinions. You don't have to agree with me. You can disagree with me and call me an arsewipe. I don't really care. These are my opinions and I stick by them. Do I believe that the X Factor is rigged? Yes, up to a degree I believe that the X Factor is rigged and corrupt and full of dipshit douchebag. There's a lot of douchebaggery going on the X Factor. Now, it's not down to the actual phone voting, you know, every week where you can phone up and vote for your favourite, who goes, who doesn't go. That part isn't rigged, okay? As far as I'm concerned, if there was any kind of riggery going on in that, Ofcom would have got a sniff of it and they would have basically dealt with it. Ofcom being the people that deal with the rigging that goes on in it. But the actual judging part of it is the part that is corrupt and rigged. They have the option of letting it go to deadlock. If they didn't have the option of letting it go to deadlocked, nobody would be complaining about it being rigged. It's as simple as that. That's your answer. Easy, right? So, this is how I'd run the show if I was in control of the show. Then again, of course, if I was in control of the show, and let's say people like Louis Walsh, for example, Louis Walsh is in control up to a degree of the show, so he's obviously going to be corrupt up to a degree. I mean, he's, you know, in a way that he tries to raise the profile of the show, and obviously by letting these degenerates through every year, he always lets arseholes in, people who can't sing with no talent. He does it for a reason, because it raises the profile of the show, the ratings of the show, draws people in, and then you can put a load of bullshit in the newspapers every week, bad publicity, bullshit lies, and it pumps you up for the Saturday show. So he's got more involvement in the show than all the other judges like Tulisa or Gary Barlow. But getting back to how I do it, this is how I do it. When the show first starts out, you have all these degenerate arseholes who can't sing. Real deluded motherfuckers. You know, these people can't sing. They prance around and they're about 35, 40 years old and they're wannabes, basically. I don't have a problem with the judges being on the show there. They can the judges have the right to send the people through. That's all cool with me. Let any of those, you know, idiots that can't sing through, then let a load of people that can sing through. And then all the way up to judges' houses. Judges' houses have the right, obviously, to put people through, blah, blah, blah. But as soon as it goes beyond judges' houses and it goes to the live show, get rid of the judges. Now, I know what you're saying. How can you get rid of the judges? That's what the show's all. It's not what the fucking show's about, yeah? As soon as it gets up to the judges' houses, let them pick who they want to go, let the people phone in, whatever. Then as soon as it gets to the live shows, the judges turn into mentors, which they do anyway, but they won't be judging. They will only be mentoring during the live shows. You can still get your presenter to actually present the show, but you won't have any judges. The judges will only be mentoring behind the scenes. Then you can have them laid out on a panel and they can say, well, today I think that he's going to be singing a very good song, blah, blah, blah. But they don't get the right to vote. The voting goes 100% down to the public. This way, there's no fucking riggery going on. Judges can't send that shit to deadlock. How's it going to be rigged? That's how I do it. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. You have judges like Louis Walsh, and he's corrupt as fuck. We all know he's corrupt. He's a dodgy bastard. Every year he lets people like, who's this? Remember that motherfucker called Wagner? The guy couldn't even sing. Couldn't sing for shit. And Jedward. Yeah, he had a good singer called Lucy Jones. I phoned up for Lucy. The last time I phoned up on the X Factor was for a girl called Lucy Jones, Welsh girl, and she was a fucking brilliant singer, and she went out to these fucking pair of pricks called Jedward. These two Irish motherfuckers with fucking Vanilla Ice hair, man. They look fucked up. They look real fucked up. And yeah, those motherfuckers. Sorry for all the swearing, but I'm pissed off with this. But that's how I'd roll it. I mean, this guy Louis Walsh is a corrupt motherfucker. I'm sorry if you like Louis Walsh. I like Louis Walsh up to a degree because I find him funny the way he slags people off on the show. I hate the X Factor up to a degree, but I also love it. You know, I like watching the X Factor. I know I always say the X Factor's a pile of shit, but I still watch the show because I find it fucking entertaining. The first part of the show, when all these moronic wankers that come on that can't sing, I laugh at it. I think it's fucking hilarious. Then when it gets up to the judges' houses, it starts to get a little bit weak because they start putting the wrong people through. And then when it comes to the actual live shows, it gets to the point where all the douchebaggery goes on and you just want to go down and you want to give those judges a good fucking punch to the skull, you know? Put me in control. This is Watchdog Central. I want that fucking job. Give me the job and I will clean up the X Factor. But until I clean up the X Factor, all you whining little motherfuckers out there, stop bitching about it, okay? It's entertainment. It's here for entertainment reasons. Who gives a fuck if it's rigged up to a degree? The phoning isn't rigged. No one's getting ripped off for their money. If you want to blame somebody, send a personal email to people like Louis Walsh and tell him to go fuck his mother. That's how I do it, man. That's how I do it. I'm getting on that right now. I'm going straight in there and I'm going to send Louis Walsh a personal email. And maybe one, well, Simon Cowell's not involved, but Louis Walsh is fair game, man. Send him an email, tell him to go fuck his mother. This is Watchdog Central, beaming out. Remember, motherfuckers, remember.